Baraka, 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 Baraka. It's your soul brother in righteousness with my son, my nephew, Donk and Key with the backwards 3. Y'all know they ain't strangers. We here only on YouTube where you get the exclusives and the real talks that we can't be bezeled down with. As long as you don't talk about the you get that analogy. So I got right here, Donk, Key. We about to get into it, and I shall be right back. Fellas, y'all have the flow.
Well, let's start this off by trying to get everyone to understand
our melanated folks on board.
The ending.
Right.
Then the beginning.
Can't understand how things are to come without knowing how they started, basically what he's saying. And you know what I'm saying? Well, basically what we going with this is just trying to get certain melanated, because I'm from one of the most lost tribes of the 12, you know what I'm saying? Tribe of Judah, you know what I'm saying? That the quote unquote African American, you know what I'm saying? And we got a major problem. We got a major poisonous cancer, and we got a serpent that's in our history, in our present, and most definitely gonna be in our future if we don't start, you know what I'm saying, it fix how we move along in history and how we write in our history, because everything else that we knew is gone. You know what I'm saying? We the only type of people, not excluding no one else, that has been through a lot of hardship. Even the Jews. You know what I'm saying? Even the Jews. Every culture has been through hard things, but I feel like most definitely the most lost culture of somebody that even the Jews know they got hit with a Holocaust. We don't even know 50% sure or 50% unsure if we was really from Africa, did we originate from Africa, was we, you know what I'm saying, was we moved across the transatlantic, was we brought from another country, or, you know what I'm saying, the big bang theory of was we already here, you know what I'm saying? So the food can be on you if you want it to be, and you can just get laughed at by everybody. The Hispanics don't argue with us. Only other people that's just as lost as us is the Caribbeans, the Spanish Caribbeans, the Puerto Ricans and stuff. They don't. A lot of these people that's come from the tribe that we from don't know, you know what I'm saying, where they really originated from. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't know where you heading to. You getting your whole identity is getting manipulated by a group of things. I won't say people. I'm gonna say things, because humans have sympathy for human life. Humans have regard for human life. Only person that can have centuries long of just blasphemy, murder, killing is a person or something that's not human. You know what I'm saying? You can't be human at all. You know what I'm saying? Even you know what I'm saying?
To do anything.
Hitler had a better motive. I don't support nothing he did. He was terrible. You know what I'm saying? Terrible person. But even a human know when to call it quits. But with this African American history just sending us down this landslide of just nothingness, of not knowing how we started or how we become or what we going to, is just not human. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
They try to blame it on the Caucasians, but the Caucasians ain't got nothing to do too much
they
with
just
it.
As lost as us.
You know what I'm saying? They just, we'll get it. That's a bigger note. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna make this about race, because it's not about race. It's more of a spiritual, reptilian type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Fifth dimensional type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Low dimensional, high dimensional, all kind of dimensions coming into one just to control what goes on this third dimension. Why? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I can know it's a lot of things that in history, if you even read the book, the Bible, my book that I grew up on, I just had different points of why, like, Black people, African Americans are so lost, because we don't even know the history of the country that we was really from. Because if we started in the East and we came West, then that just proves to you right there that we'll be African. We don't look African. We don't speak African. We don't remember no African. We don't know African. We don't know the tribe of Ham. We don't know the Hamites. You know what I'm saying? So they haven't came to rescue us. They haven't came to get none of us. I'm not making, you know what I'm saying? And like I said before, we do all need to come in unity, but before a person can unite, they have to find themselves. So speaking with that said is, when Moses brought the Israelites, the Jews, out of Egypt, they walked in circles. They walked in eights. They walked 4 and they walked to and from, back and forth. Because 40 long years in the wilderness, because of being stubborn, naive, and just in disbelief of what they should have already believed, because the Lord came off his throne to show them himself in the flesh, and not even in the flesh, but in reality. Like, he came down. You know what I'm saying? And so Moses wasn't really allowed, and if anybody can correct me when I'm wrong, because it's just how I feel. I'm young and I'm just trying to figure things out. I just feel like I'm trying to figure out how we got to where we at. Moses walked the people through the east, circles, number 8s, back and forth, up and down, side to side. And once they found the promised land, Moses was not allowed to enter. If they found the promised land in the east, then if Moses wasn't allowed to enter, you could say he went somewhere else in the east, I guess, if it just wasn't the promised land. But why would you stay east if the Lord told you to go away? You're not allowed in, you or your family. Only reasonable explanation would it be settled in the west. You have to go far away from this place because you already was given a task. You know the Most High is most definitely him, who he says he is, and you disobeyed, and you were not allowed into the promised land. So therefore, if Moses had not been able to be allowed in the eastern world promised land, he would have to travel east. You know what I'm saying? West, right. Thank you for the correction. You know what I'm saying? So if Moses traveled, if I'm right by assumption, because I didn't really do any homework on it, I'm just saying, if I'm right, if Moses did travel west, then that's what he settled and started off his next lineage of people, his family. That's what his family multiplied at in the West, which would have been nothing but America. Because when you speak in America back then, America was east. If you coming from the right turn, like
where we at now is east. So when they say from them east, remember, Asia is a 3.5 boat ride, and then in the California, Alaska area.
Right.
That's over there in the West Coast. So that's west. So they would, when they say west, that's like, you know how Pac-Man goes, disappear in the screen and come back on the other side.
Right.
That's what the sun does. Mm-hmm. It says literally it only go east and west. Now they tricked us and told us that from Africa.
Yeah.
No, y'all told us that those are wandering stars. They don't go as the fixed stars.
Right.
So the fixed way is clockwise, right? So that means America north is called north. What's the only thing called north on the map? North America.
North America, yeah.
No, North America, South America, Africa, Europe. That means Europe and all of them are not northern than us. We're the closest thing to God is what they came up with, that parallelogram. God bless America.
Right.
We're right at the feet. So, with that being understood that that's north, right? The way they show us north on the map, flat or globe, that's not north, because you're looking from God's point of view. You're not from God's point of view. So north is when you go outside and you look up and you look at that Polaris. Polaris never changes. Although the stars go all around them, but he never changes. That's how we know the North Star. Mm-hmm. So when we see that, we say, okay, that's the foot of God. So what's east? Is God looking at us from this point of angle as a reflected glass? So my right, he looking at me, it would look like he's on the left.
Right.
When I put up my left hand, it's his right hand, but it's gonna look right because he's facing me and there's a glass separating both. You understand?
Right.
So that's why they say everything not of God is reflected, reversed, twisted. And that's what a mirror does. And if you don't have the discernment to see what you're seeing, like we see frequencies of light, all that is water separating us from the actual light that we see. That's why we see it fuzzy, how whatever people see in stars and star nebulae. You can do the same stuff in the pool, busting them bubbles and draws and floating off the draws. And we say, oh, the stars levitate. Do they? No. Are they in a part of the abyss of the water that you don't understand because you at the bottom of the sand? So I just wanted to tell him that he was right, but he is east, and east is coming towards us. Remember, man was made from a place and took him east to where it goes. Right. You got it.
Exactly. I forgot. Good point. And like we said, like I was saying, I'm coming with next time me and BC tap in. I'm coming with a lot of like pictures of the Aboriginals because I want to get the. I feel like the only way to break this, break the youth into knowing that they're from a place. This is the place. The place where you're from is this country. So don't feel the need to act up. Don't feel the need to shed blood, especially your own kind, anyone's blood. Don't feel the need to be the most ignorant race. Don't feel the need to be the most ignorant group of people unless respect to the Muslims. But you know what I'm saying? Why should it take for you to switch your religion and what you was taught and born and birth knowing just to be a better person, or just show your behind all because you think that this is a white, like they say, a white man's country? Come on, man. Even the dumbest fool know that it's not that. That's not a fact at all. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, it really wouldn't matter. I'm just trying to pull out points of showing that these Aboriginal Americans, Black American natives, that you are native to this country. This is your homeland. Treat it with respect. Once you respect the land and respect yourselves, then you will be able to respect. You will be able to respect yourself as a race. And then once you figure out, try to even at least tap into who you really are. Stop trying to think that you some kind of lost African culture. You know what I'm saying? Respect to all Africans, because I love African people. They have some of the best cultures. They have shaped the world in some of the most amazing ways known to history. But at the same time, you are who you are, and you are who you, and you're not who you're not. You know what I'm saying? If you're African descent, then that's what you are. If you was born on the mother continent, that's what you are. But if you're an Israelite, and that's what I'm telling y'all, a lot of these people will go against it. A lot of black people go against it because they so deep in the I'm a Christian, I'm a Christian. That's what a lot of them say. If they just don't believe it all, they just go, I'm a Christian, I'm a Christian. What you like? What? Being an Israelite is being the ultimate Christian. You finna learn more deeper facts. You need to learn more than what a Christian is. People thinking that Christ is Yahshua's last name. You lost. You know what I'm saying? Condolences. Thank you for the praise, but what you praising me from just you praising me out of ignorance. I feel like Yahshua would feel that about a lot of people, especially melanated people. You praising me out of ignorance because you was just taught this and you just running with it. Then you use my name in vain on a constant basis. You pray and then you go against what you just prayed for the night before the next day. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, what is y'all believing in? That's why a lot of these suckers ain't gonna make it. Not my call, but it's just the truth of what I know. Is because you living and you praising and you worshiping something that you don't know. Like you don't even know the double and triple entendre behind the name Jesus with the letter J. You better know what you're doing and you gotta know who you praying to. All right. So therefore, a lot of these African Americans are Israelites, Jews, the real black Jews, from where it would have started from. The ones the Muslims used to spy on, the ones that they got that a lot of their knowledge from. You know what I'm saying? Of how Yahshua moved. Y'all should see this blasphemic movie that they just made. I forgot what it's called. It's like called the Book of something. It ain't in the lost books or the known books. It's just and it's showing these group of black people that followed Yahshua and watched what he did and tried to mimic what he did through praise to a false prophet. So it's just like You need to know who you praying to and why you praying to. And Yahshua loves the fact that people Bible thump and you Jesus, 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 but that's just like me going out and meeting you and telling you my nickname and I've been knowing you for 2 years and you honestly don't know my real name. You honestly don't. Like that's showing me like you really ain't my friend. You just somebody that I just been, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't know each other for real. And you need that, you gotta know, you gotta have that connection because it's love, it's life, man. Life is light and all these L words all coincide with each other. You know what I'm saying? That's why we live in the soul system. Yeah, it took a spiritual turn. I told BC was gonna do that because the literal facts is just I feel like a lot of people just too ignorant. You know what I'm saying? To even explain to it. Like Bobby Kimmett said, this information you finding out ain't for them. Their time may come later, it may never come. But the information that you know and you withhold is for the people that is trying to follow in the path, the righteous path. You know what I'm saying? Is trying to go a righteous path, even if you are if you is bad in your life right now, things ain't going the way you want it to go. Black people, niggas, African Americans, whatever they want to call you, they got black / African American now. So now if you go on any type of answer, any type of ethnicity questions on any survey, any kind of paperwork for school, job, anything, they ask you black. They just ask you black / African American. You know what I'm saying? So if you just going black / so what's a black / African American? We know what African American is. We've been talking about them the whole 2000 for all the 90s babies and early 2000 babies. You know what African American is. It was a nigga brought from Africa that was mixed with the blood of a Caucasian somewhere, somehow, and now he's African American. But my point of view, in my opinion, it'll take a lot more white people humping on Africans. Every generation they'll have to cut because but them some strong genes. You know what I'm saying? Even the most beautiful people, you can tell that they have those ancient genes. You know what I'm saying? We have. You know what I'm saying? Our genetics are built different, you know what I'm saying? From native blacks of America and African blacks, you know what I'm saying? Black America. They don't even that nigga
I get what he said, native black America.
Predominantly for
alright.
You know what I'm saying? They was all around. You go to the Blackfoot tribe, the Blackfoot Redskins or the black, whatever they want to call them. Blackfeet is Blackfeet. We're gonna be literal about this. You and the Blackfoot tribes, they was up in the northwest, all the way from Northern California across Montana, all of those northern mountainous states, Utah, all the way up through the west side of Canada, all the way up to Alaska. Blackfoot tribe. Now, these were either some real dark skinned people or it was exactly what it was, black feet, because you can't walk in snow all day and have black feet. At all. You know what I'm saying? That's another literal point to make. If you just want to be literal. For people that don't, that you know what I'm saying, can't take in a lot of information, just be literal about it sometimes. Give yourself a point of view of just like making sense about it. Again, you know what I'm saying? So identifying who you is and where you from or put an end to the chaos and of you know what I'm saying, believing this and believing that. When you lost, you can't act right. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know what I'm saying, you just can't be the person you're supposed to be if you don't know who you are at all. That's why we kill each other. You know what I'm saying? All these other people get along. You got neighborhoods that's built on whole cultures and all the whole neighborhood gets along. They quarrel and they come to a formal agreement. Not with blacks, not with African Americans. So they call it. We gotta kill each other because we was taught to kill each other. We was taught not to like each other. We was taught to hate each other. You know what I'm saying? You is right about that. That's the point I'm making tonight because we're going into a new year, so we need to set it off right for the melanated being. This is not excluding no other race of people. Because I love all people. But it's just the fact that I'm making about this year, this January, a lot of the younger generation need to start knowing knowing the truth and stop believing in all the bull crap. Because all the bull crap ain't gonna do nothing but lead us back to the times that we are. History repeats itself unless you change it now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta change the present to alter the future. You can't live from the past and the wounds and the damages of the past and think that you're gonna heal over time and have a bright future. No, this is, you know what I'm saying? It don't work like a wildfire. Only wildfires destroy, and then over time it comes back more lush and more beautiful. Not with humans, not with black people. We damage and we stay damaged, and then we don't know who to blame it on. We scared of a certain type of people because they predominantly have took over all law enforcement over all 4 corners of the earth. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, because black people free spirit, you know what I'm saying? We was always lost. We've been lost. That's why this is the lost tribe of Judah. We've been lost since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we come directly from Moses because he had become lost again. He was already lost before with being an Egyptian himself, and he was a Jew. You know what I'm saying? And he was Egypt. He got through. He got floated down the river. He was been lost. We come directly from him, so we have no choice. So you whatever how you start is most definitely most likely how you will end, unless you get the help from the Lord and the Most High to give you the answers you need to change. So therefore, we've been lost since our father, since our great ancestor. You know what I'm saying? Moses. He was lost as a baby all the way up till he was almost 18 years old until he found himself. Freed the captives out of Egypt and got lost for 40 more years with these people. Found the promised land and was not allowed to enter because of his sins and doubts and what he did. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm gonna get deeper into it. We're gonna bring the books out next time. This is talk to talk right here. But yeah, and then he had to travel again. You gotta find somewhere. It take a long time to go in the opposite direction of the promised land to find somewhere that's even have 25% of promise for enough for you to settle your family. He had to go as far as he could. Like BC said, it's actually the other way around, but I'm gonna just keep it literal. You know what I'm saying?
Being literal.
We're gonna be literal about it because people don't know that yet. The information ain't synced in yet. A lot of people won't understand that Egypt was really Egypt was dang near in America. The whole schematics of Egypt was either brought from the east to the west or started in the west and they copycatted in the east. Because one thing about it, they don't know nothing about their pyramids over there at all. We don't know nothing about our stuff over here either. But one thing about it, they gonna put these people in this place, and these people don't know nothing about these structures, monuments. They can't study them. They can't even read them at all. Anybody who had a partake in building anything should know at least how to get to these tombs, how to find and navigate these mazes and these pyramids, and they don't, because melanated people was running that in the ancient civilization of Egypt as well. You know what I'm saying? If Yahshua was melanated, he would only fit in Egypt because everybody else was melanated. Don't forget, Yahshua hid in Egypt with his family for almost 20 years or more. Went to school, went to high school, went to college, graduated, and became a master of everything, a master of all arts, of all spiritual, physical, healing arts, Reiki healing, incarnation, reincarnation. He mastered it. The Lord was always the Son of God. He always had the ultimate spirit. He was always who he was, but being conceived through the womb, like I say, once you hit that light, that bright light it jogs your memory of what was your real plan. That's why people come on earth and they have a plan already with the Lord and the Most High, because you was elected to be born. Anytime you have an election formal with a president, mayor, anybody, they got a whole plan set out of how they finna navigate and operate in their life for these next couple set of years, right? That's the same thing pre-birth. You're elected, you have a plan, but it get detoured You know what I'm saying? God sets a main plot, but it's always gonna go whichever way because He gives us what a lot of the creatures, beings, and a lot of these avatars around the universe don't have, and that's a free will. You know what I'm saying? Because He loves us. Because we already enslaved and entrapped in the body, the spirit already yearning to be released. That's what suicide comes from. That was social schizophrenia, any kind of suicidal ways. It's not because a person is sick, it's because their spirit yearns to be free, and then their life not going the way they want it to go. So therefore, a spirit was always free energy from the beginning, free to roam. So once it get entrapped in a body that it doesn't agree with, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You fighting the flesh with the spirit now. That's what they say. Your flesh is fighting your spirit now, literally. Now you gonna look certain type of ways. You know what I'm saying? Because, and that's why you gotta keep your vibration high. No matter whether you fighting your flesh or not, you gotta keep your vibration high because the lower your spirit goes, it disembodies. That's why a lot of people who's depressed or have these mental illnesses, so they say, which are really spiritual battles, you know what I'm saying? They look disfigured, you know what I'm saying? Like you see a possessed person, you be like, dang, he look like a demon because his soul no longer resides in his body, you know what I'm saying? Or his frequency has been tapped and took over, you know what I'm saying, by a dark polarity. So, you know what I'm saying, whatever manifestation that this creature comes to in this reality, that's how you will transform. And that's just getting deep into it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people lives are being controlled by, you know what I'm saying, by what we call the devil, the Satan, demons, whatever. And that's because we don't. A lot of people need to understand that we being these vibrations and these connections that we having in our brains is all being controlled. That's why you gotta be tapped into the Most High, because can't nothing cut that silver cord. Once that silver cord connects to the Most High, it's hard to cut it. You know what I'm saying? Your transferring of energy, your you know what I'm saying, your prayers, whatever you ask for, will eventually come to, because once God, you will connect with the Most High through, you know what I'm saying, through, I say, how I ask Yahshua, when I pray to the Most High, but I ask Yahshua, I say, Yahshua, can you go to our Father, the Most High, with, what's the best word for, like, when you, represent, with your representation for me. I ask Yahshua to go to our Father, the Most High's representation, and to put his word on the line for me to have a spiritual connection with the Most High, to ask for this, what I need in this prayer. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Yahshua is for. He's a Lord, he's a master, but he's not the creator. He's the son. You know what I'm saying? But the son, a dad's favorite son is always the best go-to man to go through to get to the Father. Who is the better person to go through than his most beloved son? And then I ask to be connected to the Most High, because you don't just come to the Most High. It's angels that can't even lay an eye on the Most High. Yeah, they're poof. So who is you to drop down on your knees and to say and to demand something from the Most High? You ain't even went through the sun yet. You going all the way around the sun trying to get straight. That's why I don't agree with a lot of religions that don't have, you know what I'm saying, that don't even have prophets, that especially that don't believe in Yahshua HaMashiach, you know what I'm saying, the Son of the Most High, because we ain't worried. Our minds are terrible. So you telling me you gonna take this terrible murdering mind, or this perverted mind, or this lying mind, or whatever type of mind you have, and you just gonna straight up come to the Most High with it, which you can, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, a lot of us are not worthy, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Because, and that's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's just the God honest truth. It's certain ways you do certain things. That's why things don't manifest in people's life. I know we took a big turn, but we getting back all the way back to the point of it, because, like I said, a lot of black people don't even know how to pray. They feel like they got to go to church on a Sunday just to get a blessing. That ain't even how you pray. Church is for for praise. That's a place to go where to have like a party for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because Jesus had the Last Supper. If that was the Last Supper, that means he had many suppers. What they was doing in there? Drinking a little wine, eating some good food, and talking spiritual like us. They wasn't doing none of that Sodom and Gomorrah bullshit. You can promise you that. So don't think that he was turned up like that, because that's a goddamn blasphemous lie. Do I feel like Yahshua was a pushover, like they try to make him seem to be? No. I feel like he was a mighty man on top of his holiness. He didn't get baptized by John the Baptist until what, BC 30, 29, 28, somewhere around there. That's when he became non-ether and spiritual and holy and ascended and started actually, after he had already learned his master, his arts. He ain't never mastered them yet. He just knew the information that he needed physically to manifest. But the Most High was in him, regardless. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, black people need to know when you Bible pumping, know what you thumping. And then don't just give up and go to something else, because you a traitor all in all. You ain't never watched what that 300? Whoever watched Spartan the 300? When he switched over and traded desserts and gave away good people, he did a good traitorous deed, treacherous deed. And he was punished by the ones he traded on his family and people for. Terribly. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, if you believing in this or believing in that, why would you switch over without even trying to find the truth? You think because you done set up and screwed your life up, however you feel it's screwed up, you think you don't, oh, forget that, man. I'm just going over, I'm gonna be a Muslim, or I'm gonna be a Buddhist, or I'm gonna be there. Okay, yeah. They ain't gonna never see it. If it is what y'all say it is. I'm pretty sure them niggas ain't gonna trust you like that either. Cause boy, once you get into the afterlife and get infinite power and knowledge, ain't no telling if you might bring down a spiritual kingdom. You ain't no good. The spirit ain't no good. You just treacherous traitor. You know what I'm saying? I can never turn my back on my God, no matter what I go through. They can lock me in a wild pit like Daniel. Take my family and take all my kids. Not going, you know what I'm saying? God forbid in the name of Yahshua. But that's just how deep your connection with the Lord got to be, because people lose everything for the free. For nothing. Wake up happy and then 5-man car crash. The wife, all 4 kids gone. And it's just the husband was at work. You know how there's, you know what I'm saying, people, and that's just because, you know what I'm saying, that's why you gotta be, you know what I'm saying, the Lord makes no mistakes. The Lord makes no mistake. He didn't make no mistake in African American people, so they call us the Israelites. We just lost. We just been lost since Moses. Moses was lost at first. Got cast down the river. He literally was lost. Got found by a lost civilization of people. You know what I'm saying? That was lost in their knowledge. You know what I'm saying? They were worshiping the sun and doing all kind of crazy behind me.
He found himself.
He was raised by them, found himself, found his people, freed his people, and then became lost again. So therefore, once you accept that you're Israelite, most of us, unless you are true African descent, which you can be a mix. Genetic modification is at all-time high, and it was at all-time high back when Yakub was doing his all of his own experimentation too. We're getting that on a different note. Sumerians was a mother. They did a lot. We could do all of them. Yeah. But black people, Israelites, lost tribe of Judah. You know what I'm saying? We still who we is. We ain't changed not a bit. We just been turned against each other because we think we 2 different people. You know what I'm saying? In one. Like we some like they trying to make us seem like we some mutts or something.
You know we're not.
You know what I'm saying? The lost 12 tribe of Judah. They just gonna slide Jews and they're like, hey, no, they are the 13th fake tribe. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't gonna get on that. Let me stop. You know, they take us on, BC. These niggas need to know who they is, and then they'll stop killing. They'll stop fighting.
They'll stop being angry.
They'll stop giving they'll stop selling their souls. And they'll stop, you know what I'm saying, forfeiting their power.
This is the next generation Bible study, truth from the next generation. After me. Ooh, I never thought Brother BC you saying something like that. I'm usually the baby, but not no more. Times change, tables turn. So we got Donk. We thank you for Donk and Key with the Backwards 3 coming out, testifying divine truth, experiences, and what the Holy Spirit breathed inside of them. Y'all know how we do it, like Smokey and Friday said. But it says that if you just be yourself in the Most High, He would rather that than a person try to be something they're not and live a lie. So don't sleep on the youth because they're the next generation of you. So you're looking at you, blaspheming you, but you cannot change them because they're listening, doing what they're supposed to do, what you're supposed to in the time that we're living in. If you know what time it is, that don't mean like on a clock, spiritual. I'm BC the Tishvite, BC the Ivet Brew. Braka! Shanae McDaniels. Whoever else was here that I don't see y'all comments, but even in the future, Braka, because you know, every live, the Holy Ruach Shei Aso Asha still is on it. So, Shalom, like the brothers say. Ishe, Shalom.